Hey everybody, welcome and hi. Welcome to Doing Lines, the animated live stream where we're going to take one character, we're going to learn how to draw them and break them down, and then we're going to try and animate them and try and have some fun with it. My name is Sean, I'm going to be your animator tonight, and I'm no Disney animator, but tonight is not about making portfolio animation. It's going to be about getting better at drawing, getting better at animation, and having fun. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Let's get to it. Tonight we're going to be doing Pikachu. I've always wanted to try and animate Pikachu and never have, so I thought that'd be a great start, and it looked like a simple character to do. I did a little bit of practice on him, and it seemed like it'd be okay to animate, nothing too complex. I do want to try and get all the way through a simple animation tonight. So let's get started looking at Pikachu. So a model sheet is going to show you what the character looks like, and a lot of times they'll have notes on it that'll tell you kind of like, you know, don't bend the ear this way, or don't have the eye line go this way. So I'm going to go into these character sheets and just find some basic shapes that we're gonna use to animate a first pass on. When I was looking for Pikachu model sheets, of course this is the Pikachu that I think of, because the anime and everywhere you see the character looks like this. But then I came across this thing. And I didn't know what this was, and I thought maybe this is someone's version of Pikachu. But evidently, when the card game first came out, this is what Pikachu looked like, and I guess they revised him for the anime to look a little bit more athletic. All right, so Pikachu. When you look at Pikachu, what I see is a circle for a head, and kind of like this flour sack body. It's got these like rounded, two rounded bottoms here, where the kind of like these teeny feet connect. Let's draw from the side. You can see that this flour sack thing body connects right into like the neck. There really is no neck. It's just kind of like a flour sack that pops right into that head shape. So the way I think of it is just kind of like a round shape in the bottom, and then just kind of a bridge it with a line in the middle. That kind of gives the basic shape. The arms, his feet are really little. And I'm just thinking of it as like this little tiny ellipse attached to the bottom of these round haunches. And when I'm drawing these shapes, I'm thinking of 3D shapes, not 2D circles, because this is representing a 3D character. So I'm drawing these lines here for the eye lines. This shows me which way the head is looking. Okay. And these arms, they kind of, I'm thinking of them as like this, like a tube, kind of like that. So sphere, this flour sack, this body is a little bit harder to think of as kind of primary shape, but if you just kind of think of that flour sack, like this weight in the bottom. The ears look simple. I'm just going to create these overlapping wide arch shapes that intersect that head. And again, I'm just trying to get basic shapes down. This tail. So we've got a big rectangle for the end of the tail. And then the ears and the tail I'm going to do second. That would be a secondary animation, because it doesn't it's going to be too stiff if you animate it with the character at the same time. You can, but it's hard. And I'm no master. So what I would probably do is draw these head shapes and the flower sack, arms, feet, kind of get these basic shapes moving, and then come back in with a second pass and then put the ears and this tail. Here's what I'm getting. This is what I'm going to want to animate. Let me do a practice just based off these by myself, freehand. Flower sack. Kind of has this inward bend to it. He's looking that way. Little feet. It's gonna be, hey, hey, Pika. And these connect. These arms connect right in this kind of like right almost where the head shape hits that body. It looks like the right position. Okay. Turn that layer off. Let's get into some more some different angles. Let's reduce the opacity on this one. I'm animating in Adobe Animate right now, not because it's any better or worse than the other program, but it's just what I am comfortable with right now. Let's find our shapes. This is the head shape. This looks more like a bulb shape when he's laying down here, but this would be the bottom of the flower sack shape if he's standing up. And that little foot. Then we're going to create this hand with that tube shape. Let's do this. This is an interesting angle. Here's the eye line. Just looking up that way. How does this... This is going to flow right into that. Okay. Here's my shapes at the bottom. Arm. This tube shape again. This is a 3D shape, but I'm just drawing it 2 dimensions. This is going to have 2 lines intersecting so we get that point. There's a good profile. Looking this way. This body connects right up to the mouth. This arm connects right here. And I'm going to go back in after I get these basic shapes down and try and get the eye spacing and the nose and the mouth and these little spark pads in the right area. But I just want to make sure I have the main shapes down in my head before I start doing that. This is helping my memory, my hand. Here's a good one. Circle. Looking up. There we go. Let's see. Really stretches, reaching up tall. This body connects right to the sides of the face, and we'll stretch out this flower sack stuff at the bottom. And this is a 3D shape too. Kind of have it going like this in my mind. Here's the side. Okay, so we're going to bring up the arm shapes. Yeah. Find eye lines, head direction, this flower sack. then, okay. So this is what we're going to be animating with. Let me try another pose here. I'm going to do him running from the side. And I know that this is going to curve into the body shape. I want it to be like, this is my action line. Another thing to look for is how many heads tall that the character is to keep her proportions right. So Pikachu is like about 2 heads tall plus maybe a little bit at the bottom for his feet. So if I'm taking here's my action line. It's a head. It's gonna be like a stretched head. There we go. One, two, three. That looks good. Okay, so once I've animated this shape, these shapes, I'm going to be going back to add more detail. So let's find where this detail hangs on these shapes. His cheek is going to come right off the side. It's got a little divot like that, and it's just going to, that's it. The eyes, it's kind of like you got 2 eye spaces in between these. Put a little eye shine in there. Little nose. That's pretty simple. You know, the ears are these curves coming out. And this tail, it's got these 3 steps in it. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to flange out like that. Okay, let's turn off the reference. That looks pretty good. Let's try profile view and see what that looks like. It's got this little nose that comes off that sphere. Let's get in there tighter. And that just looks like it connects to the body. Let's make my rough shapes a little bit more transparent so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, the eye just becomes an oval from the side. There's the little shock pad. It's a little bit bigger than the eye. If you make it too big, it's going to look weird. Too small, it's going to look weird. So a good way to keep those sizes in check is to compare them to other parts of the body. I don't know, there's not much else detail here. It's just some markings, ears. I think when I animate, I'm going to animate this line and just flange out the end and kind of fill it back in. So let's go back to my custom drawing here and try and get an actual Pikachu looking thing out of this. We're going to get the cheek defined. Here's my headline. Yeah, let's change it to like that. We have an angry Pikachu, little nose, little mouth. Top of the head round. The body is hiding behind this ear, but we know it just connects pull down the corners of this flour sack for one leg, the other leg, and round this head shape right back into the body. It's looking right. Tiny feet. These hands. I want it to come clear of his face so I can see it. On the other side so I can see it. Bring it out. That looks like Pikachu. Chubby Pikachu. Yeah. Two of these things on the back. Let's see. His tail would be dragging behind, so we'll do that 1, 2, 3 steps. Flare this out. And it gets skinnier as we go down. So there we go. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time on shapes and details. I think we can work a lot of that out in the animation, and it doesn't have to be perfect either, so we can have him doing anything. But my brother suggested, why don't you have him shooting guns? And I said, yeah, that's a great idea. With the animation you can do anything, so why not? So I want to be animating like a cowboy Pikachu, shooting guns in the middle of the air and then landing back on the ground. So I'm gonna have him. Alright, here's my head shape. He's gonna be looking down. I might put a hat on him, I might not. It depends if I have time. I want him looking down, standing kind of like this. This 2 heads tall, so something about like this. I'm gonna have him standing out. There's my fellow feet. He's gonna be the weirdest looking gun so they can fit in his hand. I don't know why Pikachu would be shooting guns, but he would never shoot guns. But today he will be. That's good for rough. Yeah. Let's have it from the side here. Holding them out to the side. And his hand will be just kind of this area, I think. Looks like he's holding it. Okay. You know what? This is a keyframe, so we're gonna do the ears, so I kind of know like the attitude. Yep. Let's angle them out this way. I think that gives kind of like a good profile. How far are they? There we go. Could be wearing a little. Yep, he's definitely wearing a hat. Okay, this is the first pose we're gonna start on. Let's get rid of this. Second pose. I want to describe as much of the action with as few frames as possible right now. So he'll be up in air shooting. Let's draw a little background so I know where my floor is. BG. Here. I'm just going to put a little mark where his feet are so I know. Okay. Lock that. I can jump up. Let me in the air. Make sure my head size is the same. So boom, one gun's going off. Okay, arm's gonna be up here. The gun firing off in the air. Yosemite Sam. Oh, I'm looking up like he's yelling, Pika! Oh, okay, let's have one foot extending down. Let's get our flower stack shape going. One foot, this is kind of pushing him up off the ground. Maybe the other one. Kind of, yeah, like this. Little foot. Yeah, it's gonna look good if I have the gun up this way. Yeah. Just getting ready to fire it in this frame. What do his arms look like bent? I don't really have an elbow joint. So just gotta connect right here. His arm's too chunky. There we go. This foot's up in the air. Little. Should be further. Yeah. Alright. I'm not gonna, just gonna make it easy. Yeah. Let's make sure my guns are the same size. From one keyframe to the next. I think I drew them a little bit cleaner here. Don't need too much detail. I think this foot can come up higher. There we go. Not feeling on this. Okay. Up. Let's do the next pose. Refires the other gun. Let's have him look other way. The other foot will go down. This is firing off. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm liking the second pose better. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then back down on the ground. Looking down. Arms in the air. Feet like this. Yeah, this is looking good here. I'm getting better at drawing these guns too. Sometimes it takes a while to model something inside of your head. And once you get it down, or drawn it a couple hundred times. Smoke? I don't know if I'm not gonna have a chance to draw smoke. Boom. So we'll end it there. Cowboy hat. So right on the corner of his head, these ears. His head was a square. Like these are like right on this seam here. Skinnier, skinnier. Yeah? Okay. A little bit lopsided because it's cute. Maybe one's in the air this way. Okay, so here's our major keyframes. Standing here, jump into the air, fire, fire, and land. We might have time to do a little bit of like, maybe he rises up or something, but let's just plan for the minimum amount. Okay. So we're gonna need to add another frame. Oops. Where he's anticipating the jump. Because right now if he just bounces up to this frame, that's gonna look weird. So I'm just gonna copy his foot positions, paste it here, don't have to worry about that. Alright, so that he's gonna bend down, head's gonna come down, kind of look like our last pose a little bit. So here his eye level is here. Oh, we gotta make him ready for battle. Ready for Pokemon combat. And then we'll fill in his muzzle here after we get to that point. Okay, so we want to look him down even more. So his nose is here. His eyes kind of become like this. And the arms are going to raise up. Ready for that jump. Here, this is a perfect reference. This is going to kind of rise up the knees. There we go. I don't want to copy exactly that frame, but it's pretty much what I need. These arms coming from behind his head. It's really arched that back feeling. Okay. You can see my first drawing of these guns is so messy just because didn't have it in my head what they kind of look like. Now, after drawing it a couple times, it's getting easier on the brain. Same thing happens with characters once you've drawn a lot. You don't really even have to break them down to these basic shapes anymore. You just kind of... I'm not there yet. No. Okay, so the tail, this tail, I want this to come up. Secondary animation, but I just want to build that recoil feeling as much as possible in the drawing, give as much energy as I can. Okay, so his ears, yeah, they're gonna be, yeah, okay, just rough, right down the middle. Just get rid of that. It's not. There we go. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Now we got some animation going. Okay, so that's... I guess that would be a breakdown. Breakdown describes motion in between keys. So you could do a breakdown where he maybe winds up to this side and has the gun out here, or whatever you feel like the character wants to do. But I'm just going simple, straight down the middle. Get ready for that jump. He's in the air. Okay, so I'm going to want another frame to describe what is going on between these two frames, because this, I mean, you could get away with it, I guess. Just flip between these for comedic effect. But I'm going to try interpreting this. Okay. So his head. I'm going to turn on my onion skinning. I don't use it that much. It's kind of, I don't know, it kind of gets in the way. It's not the same as drawing on paper. For me, it's not as clear. But I just want to know where that head shape is. I'll turn it back off. So this... to this. What is going on? It's gonna have to, I think, coil it back in. Kind of scrunch up into a ball, maybe? So this foot's gotta go down. This foot's gotta come up. Up. Following this curve here. Always move everything in curves. It just looks natural. This is kind of in a curve. Okay, so do we move the face down? Make him look down? What's that look like? I'm not loving it. Boom. Maybe if I move the body where it needs to go, the face kind of will look natural wherever it goes. Curve this in. Okay, let's fire it up. Bring that gun down. Oh. Maybe the gun kickback knocks it straight up. Straight up like that. Okay, and then how do we show that this gun is about to go off? Build some anticipation. Let's just try some shapes. I know the hand isn't connecting right now, but... Okay, I'm loving this kickback here. It's kicking back and then falling down, like that. You know what? I think his head is just going to turn to look the other way. Yeah, that's looking good. That's feeling good to me. Okay, let's have this gun bent down. From the force of raising it up, it's gonna kind of have that secondary motion to it. Boom. Boom. Jump. Boom, boom. Down. Yeah. Yep. That's fine. That's fine. Remember, these arms connect right here. Okay, and now we're gonna have another frame here. It's gonna have him falling down. Let's actually have his feet touching. We'll have a point where they're touching the ground first. Okay, I'll stretch them out, but not too much. Looking at my reference. Is he still two heads? About 2 heads tall here. I might need to inch it up a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. Okay, so this foot's already pointing down. Maybe we just lead that foot. And have this one kind of balled up. Again, good reference here. I'm gonna turn my onion skin on because I want to see. I'm gonna try and it's just gonna help me maintain the a little bit of stretch. When something's moving fast, you can stretch it out. It just feels natural. Okay. There's the head. It's gonna be looking straight down where he's going. Actually, he lands looking down. So I want his head to be kind of like looking up. It's gonna feel better going into that last keyframe. Up, down, yeah. And this foot, let's kick it up like it's falling. It should be pointing more up than this keyframe, and then it hits the ground. It'll be a good impact. Maybe this foot's not all the way out yet. Boom. Boom. No, it's not feeling stretched out enough to me. There's a little haunch here. His knee, I guess. Boom. 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 Okay, so I want these arms to settle in this position. So when he's going down, I want them to be higher. And then come down into that position. So I'm going to raise the arms up here. Guns are going to be pointing up. This gun. Here's his hand, so I want to draw the good. So this has a little, it's going to look a little bit like it's kicking back from that shot too by going back up here. Boom. And here's where this fired off. Should do on the other one too. Boom. A little bit of afterglow. Boom. All right, let's flip through here. Key, breakdown key, breakdown key, breakdown key. Okay. Well, I think we've got something fun going on for sure. It's making me laugh. So we're going to have something interesting definitely by the end of this. Fun? Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to start adding frames to these keys and breakdowns in my timeline and try to get this feeling good. So I'm going to hold on this first frame for a while so let everybody know what's going on. Add a few frames here. Let's just add one, two, three, four. Let's putting these out to 4 frames just to see how it's going to feel, the speed of everything. Let's put a loop point here so we can watch this play over and over again. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now, this gives us a starting point, but that's not feeling good as far as timing goes. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I really want to build up this jump, so I'm going to hold this for longer. Boom. And this for shorter. This is too long of a frame. Just working on timing. So I'll hold that for 2 frames. There's 4 frames. This is going to be too long because this is a quick frame. This is going to be, boom, landing on the ground. I think. Let's see how it feels. We'll give that 2 frames. And I can already tell we're going to need another frame here to interpret what's going on. It's feeling a little bit too choppy. My brain is still having to figure out some part of it. Okay, let's see what this feels like. Yeah. Okay. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. That's better. Chika Chika. Okay. I'm gonna stick with that for now. I think we know what's going on here. This is okay. I just need another frame between these two. I mean, we're gonna pad it out so it doesn't feel like it stops so quickly. But I just, in my brain, I need another frame here. Is it on this side or this side I need it? You know what? These guns aren't going to slowly go into this position. I think they're going to bounce. We're going to have an overshoot frame here, which is where we go further than the keyframe. And have this other foot drop too. Maybe that's it. Really ground this position. Why don't we tilt the head a little bit when he lands? Because he's coming down on one foot first, then the second foot, so he might twist his body a little bit. So he's looking this way, straight down. Yeah, and a little turn there when his head comes back up. Maybe make the eye line a little bit higher. So this is the nose here. It's gonna be like something like that. I don't know. I don't see any good reference for that. We'll have to kind of like do something that just looks on model. Okay, so the nose is gonna be down here. And then right here. Sometimes I'd like to draw facial features just to convey more expression in the frame. No, that's too cute. It needs to have like these. This is okay. Boom. Okay. Okay, let's get these arms to come down further and then rise back up to this position. So, up. So we have them come out with the arms attached right here. Okay, so this arm shape looks right. This is too skinny. Nope. Well. It's just looking weird. Nope. These move down here. Just put a big old overshoot on these hands. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to draw the ears because they're going to be secondary animation. So I want to draw those second and kind of have them bouncing around. It's hard to get them right in your first frames, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Let's add this frame into the timing. See how we're liking it. Let's do at least 2 frames because we're going to animate this on 2s, which means on a 24 frames per second animation, you'd only have 12 drawings per second if you're constantly on 2s because you're holding for 2 frames per frame for drawing. So that's on 2s, and then there's 3s, 4s. Okay. Let's play. Let's see what it feels like. Wow, that was quick. Let's add 2 more frames on that. On that landing. Yeah. I'm just looking for something that looks good to me, to my eyes. Boom, boom. Pika, pika. I kind of want to have him linger after that second shot. So I'm going to add more frames here. I'm just getting timing again. 2 more frames? 4 more frames on here. Yeah. Okay. Now, one thing I don't like about Animate is that when you select a frame, it puts this... I mean, you are selecting it, so it's showing the selection, but when it pops up in an animation, it's really distracting. Not a big deal, but... Okay, let's see. Pika, pika. Pika, pika. Okay, now this frame feels too slow. Let's take 2 frames back off. And I might not have enough frames to get really tight timing down, but I'm just trying to get in the ballpark. Close this. There we go. Okay. Pika, pika, boom. Pika, pika. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. So now we're going to start doing our in-betweens. And this is going to let us build some momentum and flesh out our timing, just make everything smoother. So technically we have animation now. Very rough, limited animation, but... and you could color this and clean this up and comp it together in After Effects, and it would look pretty cool already, I think. But we're just going to add some more frames in here to make it smoother. We're not going to go Disney level, where it's like every single frame has to be animated. But we're going to make it smoother. Okay. So when I'm on... I just realized... my animation bar is not showing up in the stream. Here we go. Okay. Well, it really didn't matter too much until now. So in this frame here, I want animation starting here, going all the way, and the frame that you're seeing now is going to be on the end of this hold. Same for the other things. These are the last frames. These are the last frames of these segments. If I'm having animation in this segment, it's going to be the last frame. Well, that's something I never understood for the longest time. And that definitely helped me out learning when you're breaking things out like this. When you've got your pose timed out, it's the last position in that animation before it changes directions and goes on to the next drawing. Alright. So I'm going to do in between here. Oops. Okay. So I want to build acceleration into this pose. So I'm going to start slow out of this pose. Let's put on my onion skinning. Well, maybe not that slow. The closer your frames are together, the slower something moves. So I'm going to come slow out of this key. Keep my feet in the same position. Just focusing on the body shapes that we learned earlier. So I'm going to ease out of this frame. And then ease into this frame. So I'm going to draw a frame that's close to this key. You can see the key I'm going to is right down here, the head. Here's where I'm coming from. So let's start a little, let's slow out of here. Move the head shape a little bit. I guess I copy and paste, but. And then I'm gonna want one more. Frame here, where we're close to this key here. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off because I got kind of in a position. My head is getting smaller. Always a risk with onion skinning. You kind of lose in your mind where things are going. You kind of just go right off the drawings and it can look weird. Okay. Start squishing the body shape, this flower sack shape. And then we're going to go into this frame. There we go. Okay. The head is going to be looking straight. That's turning here. It's going to look down towards the feet. Yeah. Getting through the arms. Arms coming up. Start slow at first. These chunky arms. Not chunky enough here. This frame, you want them coming up close to here, so it looks like it's slowing down. Yeah. Okay. And the guns. Uh-oh. Went off my own. So this needs to come out. Make sure we're moving in an arch. Yeah. Pointing down, and then should be pointing a little bit further up. Well, let's leave the key alone. Just adjust our frame here. Just 2 lines with the barrel, 2 lines in a curve for this chamber, revolving chamber. Okay. Yeah. That's my frame. Okay, so I want everybody. This is pointing this way, so I want mine to be pointing down a little bit. It looks like he's raising them up. Down. Okay, they're pretty wonky right now, but it gives me an idea where they are. That's good enough. Well, this one should be pointing down more. It's doing the rubber pencil effect. There we go. Okay, let's look at that again. I think to make this feel like it's recoiling even more, we're going to add another frame in between these two. Oops. Okay. And this is one of the cases where I do like to use onion skin because they're so close. With this hand coming up here, almost the same as the next frame, but just a little bit of movement. My arms are a little bit different size here, so I'll think about that cleaning up. I'm going into the green. So I might frame to look pretty much like that one, just a little bit different. Okay, feet are in the same place. Body is barely changing. Let's add another frame to this. Is that pushing? Turn this off. I can. I add a frame here. It's pushing everything down. I don't want that. Oops. I think this was only 4 frames long. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh. Wrong. Okay, well, I messed up a little bit there on the timing. I lost my timing, but we'll figure it out. It's still early. Let's see what this is feeling like now with the extra frame in it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if we look halfway between these, let's just see what it looks like if we put a frame halfway in between these two. There's my head halfway in between. He's looking this way, here, this way, here. So in the middle of that, he's going to be kind of looking like this way, I think. Doesn't feel right. Okay, when he rises up, this foot's in the air, and this foot is down. So let's have this foot stay on the ground, and we're jumping. Raise this one up. No, that doesn't feel right. Let's keep them both on the ground. We're really stretching him out here. Pikachu is about 2.5 heads tall, and we're doubling that if we're going to keep his feet on the ground. Let's raise his feet up so they're on the tippy toes. And then yep, that feels good. Except for his toe should be here. Toe should be here. Yeah, that's good. I don't know where his face should be looking here. Let's just try a few things. No? I can have him look him down. The weight of his head is pushing down as he jumps up. Yeah. That feels better. Maybe off to this side more. Yep. So now I want a frame that eases into this keyframe of him shooting in the air. So it's not such a sudden stop. And then we'll see what it looks like from there. Okay. Get his head almost there. The arm almost there. The arm almost in this position. Okay, let's turn that off because I can't tell what's going on now. This foot is kind of be swinging down, and this foot to be swinging up, so I draw the foot a little bit lower here. So get this bicycle movement on the feet. This so the body kind of needs to move with the feet. Go down, down. This needs to move up. There we go. Just flipping, 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 flipping. This hand needs to be smaller. This hand looks good. The head is looking up. It's too much of a change. Okay. So I want to add a frame here. Hold this for one more frame and hold this for one more frame. So that's 2 frames, so I'll bring this. No. On. Well. Two. I'm going to hold this pose for longer than the frames that go in and out of it, so it has a little bit more time to register. So I'm going to just add a 3rd frame on this one. Okay. Well, let's see what it looks like. Boom, boom. Ugh. There we go. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Yeah. I love this drawing popping up like that. We don't need to ease out of this frame, just pop up. This feels really good. I think that settle in feels good too. I'm gonna leave this frame by itself right now. I think it's describing pretty well for what we're doing tonight, what's going on between the two frames. And maybe I'll do one frame on either side, we'll see. Let's start on falling down here. Okay, so I want the animation to start here. Put a frame here. Alright, so we're coming out of the blue and going into the green. I can't draw zoomed in like that. I'm gonna make too big of a circle on my tablet. Okay, there's the head. It's gonna start coming down a little bit. This arm is going to start going up a little bit because the next... Okay. Got my head placement, so I don't think I need the onion skin anymore. Oh, man, the selection is killing me. Actually, both arms are going to be going up a little bit because in their next frame, they're both way up. So I'll raise this arm up a little bit. This foot is starting to come down. This one's going to raise up a bit. This is going to stretch out this body. Oop, not that much. I'm really going to simplify these guns down for now. Oops. Up. Okay, start turning towards center. Actually, we should be looking up more. Our next frame, he's looking nose. So turn towards center, turn the head towards center. There we go. That feels good. Boom. Let's see what that feels like. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Yeah. This is hilarious. Okay, so this to this is even feeling good, I think. I just want to put one or two frames between here and here. So this, why haven't I done this before? Put a keyframe here, and then now I can delete this. Let's bring up this over here so I can flip easier. Okay. Oops, onion skin. Let's zoom in so you can see we're going from the blue into the green. I'm just going to do it halfway in between and see what it looks like. I just need to get my head shape, and then I can do the rest of the body just kind of flipping. Let me copy my feet. Oh. There we go. Just a good reference to have. Pikachu's knees are just like a puffball down here. You kind of just move it where it looks good. There's a good reference here. He does have a knee. Draw like a little knee right here. His whole body is scrunched up behind here. That's good. Let's get the head turned right. Yeah, that's about halfway in between. Boom. Let's draw the arms halfway in between. So they're gonna form an arc, kind of like this. Ooh. Not that far out. Add frame here. Alright, let's put another in between here to ease into that final pose. We're going into the green, so let's make this shape really close to the green shape. Arm really close to this shape. There we go. Okay. Oop. Turn off this onion skin because I can't see what's going on after a second. Oh, okay. My head shape is getting a little squished. Stretched, I mean. So I'm just going to flip back and forth between this final frame and my new frame to just get it to settle in. Just subtle differences. That should be down further. Yeah. too far with that one. The arm is going up, but the gun's going down. This needs to be smaller. Down here. These are just rough shapes. I'm gonna come in and clean this up a little bit. Not to like production quality, because that's gonna take forever. I'm gonna rough in details tonight, and then I think I'll go in after the stream and clean everything up, and probably post that on Instagram. Add color, maybe sound effects, I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's loop this with a little bit of hold on the end and see what it's feeling like. Save, very important. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Pikachu! Pikachu! I like it. Now you could go back in and put even more in-betweens in this and make it even smoother on these holds. Like when he's shooting the gun, there's a big hold at the end. I'm not going to do that because we're just having fun and we're just learning how to do timing and rough in shapes and draw characters. And so it's not super important to me. I think this is cool. Okay, so now we're gonna have to go in. I'm gonna do secondary animation. So I'm gonna get his ears going and his tail going, and then we'll rough in some detail and I think we'll be done. I'm just gonna make a frame on this rough for every frame I have down in my layer below. There we go. So now I'm ready to draw. This tail is going to go, oh, the ears too. We got them in this first frame, good. Okay, so the ears here are going to go up. I don't know what it is, but drawing secondary animation is very satisfying. Maybe because it's just bringing that extra bit of life to something. This ear looks like it's moving towards the back of the head. The tail's gonna go up. It already feels weird. Too much movement? I like to animate secondary animation straight ahead, which means I'm not going to go to this final pose while I have him here. But generally, I'm not going to go to the final pose and draw what it looks like, and then in between it, or favorite into that position like we've been doing. It usually comes out wrong for me the first couple tries, so let's see how this works out going straight ahead, which means just draw the next frame, draw the next frame, draw the next frame. How thick is this tail up here? 1, 2, 3 steps. So we're getting 2 steps in here. Oh my. Okay, well, someone's free going frame by frame straight ahead. Music ran out. There you go. Okay, there's the tail. Let's do the ears, and then we'll take a quick break, get some water or something, put some more music on. Ears gonna go up again. Let's try where they connect so we don't lose that. Okay, at this point they're gonna go start settling back in. There we go. Okay, I'm liking it. Okay, the ears are looking good here. Boing. This is really helping me to kind of put these circles on the corners of his head where the ears are. This is the back side of his head here that I'm drawing. Otherwise it'd be in his eye. Okay. It's a little too big. Looking weird. Sticking out like that. They might just Come all the way down. All the way down like that. Really push that jump. Okay, so they're going to raise up into position here. So I have this. We don't want it here because the gun's going to cover it up. We'll stick it out here and we'll see the edge of it. And that'll read to the eye. So this is the frame we're settling into, so I don't want the ear to travel too much further. And if it travels with the gun, it might look weird. Let's turn on onion skin. This is too close. So is this. Yeah. That feels better. Okay, so now the head is going to turn pretty quickly to the other side. To here, and then the back side here. Here we're on the corners of the head, looking straight at the camera. So this is pulling the ear this way. The ear's going to go kind of the other way. And again, let's not hide the ear behind the gun. Pulling it. Now we're going to settle. Well, there's only one frame here, so. To jump too much. That might be jumping a little bit too much, I think. That's all right. Boom, boom. This ear's kind of going to fly up this way and then come up here. And we can put another settle frame in here. Hold this for 2 frames. Put another frame in here. Just to let the eye know these came from the other direction. They're settling in. Oop, too much. Not enough change here. Boom. Yeah, now we know something's happening. Okay. And now we're going to fall down, so the ears are going to go up. Ease out of this. Yep, that feels okay. Now these ears are going to be straight up. really going to be straight up here? Well, let's see what they look like if they're a little bit. Ears probably right here. Now they're going to fall down to the ground. Rise back up to here. So let's bounce them up. Yeah. Attached here, attached here, attached here, attached here. So I'm going to erase the ears on my keyframe because I want to add another settling frame to the ears on top with secondary animation. Lock that. Come back on my secondary animation layer. Right here, create another frame. This is more lopsided, I think. Don't want to hide the ear behind the gun, so we'll stick it up here. And we'll just move it barely. I'm going to scoot these closer to that last frame. It's too much movement. Ears getting bigger. Let's fix that. No, 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 no. Ugh. Okay. I can clean that up. What's going on? There we go. Yeah. Pikachu. Boom. That looks good. Boom. Pikachu. Boom. Alright, let's get the tail going. Let's get the tail going and then we'll head into some details. Okay. Where's this gonna go? I feel like it should be. Where to put this tail? No. Let's go the other way. Down here? Yeah? No. Wow. This tail is tricky. Maybe it's a blur frame. And then rise back up slightly when he's in the air. Yeah, nope. I like how zigzaggy this is. It's not exactly like stair step, it's got this curve to it. Which I feel like I should be doing. Yeah, it's looking alright. I don't know where it's gonna be here. Boom, boom. No. I want it to be sticking out here. So somewhere like right here in between, recoiled. It's gonna be up here maybe. Man. So look right at this tail, goes up, up, and then down, up, down. Yeah, because he's like retracting everything in and shooting it back out again. Alright, so if the tail, this is looking good. this needs to come in. And then bounce back. Oops. Bounce back. Subtle though. Less of a jump. Yeah. Yeah. I think it gets closer too, kind of retracts. Oop. Kind of drawn the tail wrong in this frame. That's alright. Yeah. This step needs to be bigger. Yeah, let's fix that. There we go. The proportions aren't right, but the way it's moving feels right. This is all messed up. Let's get rid of that. No, 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 no. Yeah. That's a bounce back that feels better. And then it's gonna keep rising up here. Man, this tail. That feels good. Okay. Getting smaller all the way down. Yep. Does that feel good? Just needs to flange out, kind of like an axe. Down. It's going to rise up. But the top of the tail is going to point back down. Okay, it's going to retract back towards the body, settle back into its natural position. It's kind of sticking out here. Boom, and then up. Okay, I'm getting a better hang on this tail now. Maybe not. final frame for the tail. So our hero position, that is looking weird. Ugh, I'm doing it wrong again. I need this step coming off the bottom. I have it here. It's getting small here. Get rid of this. Never be afraid to erase. Just start over. Yeah. Onion skin save me. Alright, that should look pretty good. This end of the tail should be ever so slightly moving up, I think. Up. Up. There we go. All right, let's see what this looks like with the secondary animation added in. Yeah, I like that tail at the end. I like the way it pops between those quick frames too. Boom, boom. Pikachu, chow, boom. Pikachu, chow, boom. Okay. All right. Let's lock that last layer. Now I'm going to do another pass where I'm going to go on top of my rough animation, my basic shapes, and do something a little bit more cleaner and fill in the details. And I think that's going to be the last pass for this animation. Let's see what we got. Loop this. Whatever we get, this is it because I'm done. Done tonight. So cool. Okay. I think I'm going to call that done. It was a long night. My wrist hurts, but it was really a lot of fun. And that's kind of what animation is all about. You don't have to be a Disney animator, perfect artist, or some great artist. Just pick some stuff and animate it, move it around, have some fun. And next time we'll pick a different character. If you go to the header on my YouTube page, you can click Buy Me a Coffee and head over to that page and support me there if you are liking this kind of animation. And if you become a monthly supporter, you can vote on the next Doing Lines animation we're going to do. Till next time, have a good day.